Okay, in this video I have an always, sometimes, or a never question. Here we go. The graph of g of x equals ax squared is wider than the graph of f of x equals x squared, also known as our parent function, when a is greater than 0. So let's break down what that's saying. It's saying if the number in front of x squared is bigger than 0, then the graph's going to be wider than our parent function. Okay, first let's think about what our parent function is. That's just x squared, right? That's a very basic parabola that goes right through 0, 0, and it looks like that. Now, our a term, that number right there, is going to make this wider, narrower, or it can flip it upside down. Well, it's not going to be a negative, so it's not going to flip because a has got to be greater than 0. Numbers that are greater than 0 are all positive. So let's just list out a couple of numbers that are greater than 0. If I did 1/3, that's bigger than 0. If I did 5, that's bigger than 0. If I did 2, bigger than 0. So all three of these numbers are greater than 0, so it follows what it's telling us to. Would all of these here be wider than that right there? So 1/5, can you guys see that? Nope, that's too high. We'll write it down here. 1/5 x squared. Why am I saying 1/5? 1/3, my bad. 1/3 x squared, 2x squared, and then 5x squared. Okay, if you're being asked this question, your teacher probably has already covered what the a term does and what types of numbers make it wide and what types of numbers make it skinny or narrow. Okay, 1/3, that's going to make a really wide parabola. It's going to take longer for your y values to rise. Okay, 2 is going to go a little bit quicker, so it's going to narrow out. It'd be narrower than this. And 5, that thing's going to be really narrow and it's going to rise very, very quickly. So we've got a fairly wide one, wider than our parent function, one that's narrower than our parent function, and one that is significantly narrower than our parent function. So the rule of thumb is this: numbers between 0 and 1, okay? Any values between 0 and 1, such as 1/3, okay? So if x, let's do it this way. Let's write it as an inequality for you. Let's just do it the right way. Okay, if x is greater than 0, but less than or equal to 1, any number that falls into that category, that's going to make a wider parabola than our parent function. The graph of g of x ax squared is wider than the graph of f of x x squared when a is greater than 0. So sometimes, when it's in between 0 and 1, it's going to be wider. But if we go above 1, 2, 5, 20, 13, those are all going to be really skinny. So are we going to say never? No, because we just saw an example. Are we going to say always? No, because here's two examples where it's actually skinnier than the parent function. So your answer here would be, hey, sometimes it happens. Study hard and good luck on your upcoming test.